Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Napitupulu and I'm from class 2024 batch 20 corporate communication. This is my cat Haribo and this is my presentation for the assignment communication studies. First of all, I would like to thank everyone in here, to my fellow student and especially Sir Rino, and created this assignment which is really interesting for all of us, especially to develop the thesis related. I would like to dig it up more deeply. Even though I've been part of the Indonesian diaspora for nearly a decade, I still have challenges when trying to express myself freely and initiate open dialogue with other diaspora members, whether online or in person. There's always something like I'm holding it back, or I'm being aware enough or conscious enough, ready to hit the brake if the conversation between me and among Indonesians, or even a public opinion, is getting heat up. So that's the moment I'm just like, stop. So this is kind of like to hold your freedom expression. So yes, as I already have mentioned before about the topics or about the ideas of my thesis I would like to develop. So it's called Between Criticism and Risk, the Impact of the IT Law on Freedom of Expression of the Indonesian Diaspora in Belgium. So actually, I'm so excited about this topic because somehow it's very sensitive topic to bring it up, or also it's really important, especially for the new generation where everyone's almost everyone use the social media to give their opinion. So I hope the professors from the LSPR, when they see this presentation, could interested about this and help me to get this done. But they're probably gonna change these titles anyway, but I hope for the best for it. And the next slide is the background problem. We are all have a lot of problems on our thesis or research, and that's why I narrowed it down. And the first is the presence of the IT law has caused freedom of opinion and expression on social media to be limited, meaning since this law passed in 2008, a lot of people get silenced and created the chaos and anxiety, whether if you want to say something. And also a lot of elements actually get affected, as journalists, as a politician, celebrity, students, or diaspora, just like me. And then after that, the information and electronic transaction law, or I can just say UITE in Indonesia, has a complex impact on freedom of expression for Indonesian citizens in diaspora, like me. I just say that. This is a video of comment of one of the Indonesian diaspora who lives in Brussels, Belgium, who would like to give an input about this research and project I am developing.
Hello, my name is Abel and I'm an Indonesian living in Brussels, Belgium. I work here. I would like to share my opinion on freedom of expression in Indonesia to the Indonesian government as an Indonesian diaspora living abroad. It's quite frightening for me right now to express any criticism to the government due to this thing called Undang-Undang ITE.
For example, the recent case last year, the Indonesian student in Australia who posted a video on his TikTok, meaning it's a public opinion, public space.
And then after that, his family got a visit from the police. Yeah, they said that the video, it violates Undang-Undang ITE. I'm actually quite afraid to express my opinion, my criticism, my constructive feedback.
And he got backlash. Not only him got backlash, also his family get intimidated by the power people.
I mean, I'm far away from here, so I don't think the Indonesian government can do much to process me under Undang-Undang ITE, but I fear for my family's safety. Instead of silencing these people, they should really listen to it and take it into account when they are making policies.
And that's why, and after that, people get tired and exhausted conflicted about this, and that's why it rose up. The no viral, no justice phenomenon has become a trend in Indonesia, where people need to make their case viral on social media to get a faster attention. Meaning, if you're not really powerful enough, or influence enough, or rich enough to get a justice from this they call a rubber product law, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The only thing you can do is no fire, no justice. Say it louder and louder and share it. So these are the background problem. I narrow it down, and let's go to the next slide. It's a problem formulation. Still, I narrow it down as a three. And number one is, what are the specific impacts of the Indonesian information and technology law on the freedom of expression of the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium? What are the specific impacts? For example, maybe for me, my mental health will decrease, so I can say whatever in a good way anyway, in a good opinions or constructive to my government, without thinking my parents gonna get in jail or intimidated by this, I don't know, crazy people, or without me being stressed to think about it. And number two is, how does the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium perceive the balance between the freedom of expression and the potential risk? Maybe this is the time for us finding the loophole, or just like a passive aggressive command or passive aggressive content through social media. We just became anonymous to give opinion, to give a comment, which is very toxic, to be honest. And number three is, what strategies do the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium employ to navigate these constraints of this law while maintaining their freedom of expression online? Thus, we have to find a problem. Maybe no online anymore, but I still want to do some online stuff. So what are the strategies? Maybe we have to find the solution between the regulation of the social media and the government itself, but we never know, somehow rumbling it out. So this is the phase we have to find the ground solution, that where we have to filter it down in a good way. But some people doesn't want to get filtered. Some people doesn't want to filter themselves to give their opinions. So what's the strategies? Meaning, so we have to collect all the data, collect all of the information, the opinions, what we're gonna do. So do the interview, research, and survey among all the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium. And next is the objectives. So I narrowed down again the objectives, a lot of objectives. Number one, to understand the impact of the IT law on the freedom of expression. Number two, to identify the forms of criticism raised by the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium. Number three, to analyze how the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium responds to the legal risk. And the last, to recommend strategies that can be implemented by the Indonesian diaspora in Belgium to maintain freedom of expression amidst this chaos. And next is literature review. Got a lot of books and journals for this research. So as you can see, I collected, read some translated book, international and national books, translated to Bahasa Indonesia and also in English. So you can say from 2019, and there is 2006. And next, the theories. So I chose three theories that is really suits to my research. The first one is freedom of expression theory, as we already mentioned it many times at the beginning. That's why I think this is the main theory I will put on this research, that say freedom of expression is the fundamental right on every individual to express their thoughts, ideas, and beliefs without fear of oppression. And the second one is public space theory, that actually we already mentioned through the social media, internet, it is public space. That's why proposed by Jürgen Habermas ensures that public space is a place for the exchange of ideas, debate, and democratic participation, which is still really suited to my research, as Indonesia is a democratic country. And the last is media and communication theory, that draws on Marshall McLuhan's idea, and that media production responds to and influences social media and cultural developments. That, as we know, all the social media has changed all the culture, how to communicate, how to express, how to give opinions. So these are the theories I will put on my research. And the next is the references, and these are the references. As I said, again, a lot of journals, book that's really related to my topic. And as you can see also, I get some quotes from the, how you call this, Undang-Undang number 9. And yep, and the last is thank you so much, and thank you to Pa Rino and Pa Adit for giving me space and created or designed this assignment, which is really cool, to be honest. And yeah, thank you. I hope you guys don't fail me. Thanks so much.